Pro 2 has been a dream of mine for a very long time. I'm excited to join the class full-time in 2017.
Hopefully we can get the Pro 4 out and mix it up with the Greaves and whoever else wants to come do some battle.
We're going to be getting more track in the water truck, going for championship.
At the end of the day, you want to be the guy that when everybody shows up to the racetrack, I want everybody to say, this weekend I know I have to beat Kyle Hart. And to be able to get that name, you have to go and prove yourself and win races and be the fastest guy. And I'm not going to quit until I'm there.
The overall future for off-road, it looks really good. We finally have a stepping stone of young guys coming up. It's going to be one hell of a season.
And there it is, beautiful ERX Motor Park here in Elk River, Minnesota. Welcome everyone all across the globe watching us at TORCseries.com and all the fans here at the racetrack. It is now finally round 12 of the 2017 TORC, the Off-Road Championship Series, presented by AMSOIL. It's the Kenda Tires National Finals here at Elk River, Minnesota. My name is Scott Rain, joined alongside with Brent Smith. Trackside, we have Tiffany Stone, our third member of our broadcast team. And Brent, talk about a contrast of mornings that we've had from yesterday to today.
Oh, it's totally different. Yesterday it was rainy. Everyone was in the driver's meeting. We were all chilling out like, okay, what's it going to do? Is it going to keep raining throughout the day? But we, luckily enough, had it stop. Mother Nature was on our side, and we enjoyed a beautiful day of racing. And today, I mean, look at it. We woke up this morning, a little bit cooler temperatures, which is nice for us and everyone that showed up and the drivers. And it's just going to make for great racing. We don't have really much rain in the forecast till maybe later today, so stay tuned. It's going to be a great day.
We also talked to Chris Carlson, both of us, earlier this morning about some of the changes they made to the track even last night between yesterday and today, which would be, should be kind of cool, interesting racing, especially through that split lane area.
Oh, yeah, that split lane, it's crazy what they have done overnight. And me and you were going back and forth like, oh, is it for next time? No, it's today. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting. Keep an eye on that split lane. It's going to make for some good racing.
In fact, let's go down to our third member of our broadcast team, Tiffany Stone. Tiffany, you're down there at the track. You get to see it closer than anybody else here. What do you think so far?
I honestly think today is probably, throughout the entire 2017 year, the best race day for weather. The temperature's cooled down. The track is looking really, really nice. The turn right behind me is looking pristine. Yesterday, a lot of the buggies and a lot of the guys were having trouble going through there. But today, I think the day is when the trucks and buggies are going to run a lot faster. What do you guys think with these cooler temps, nice weather? We're going to hold off. The wind is drying out the track. How fast do you think these trucks are going to go today?
Well, I have to say, yesterday we were watching some of these trucks and buggies actually fly about 100, 120 feet. I think we're going to see closer to about 175 to 200 today. With the track conditions the way they are, absolutely.
Yeah, you can see. I can see in practice, even in the pro lights, Cam Reimers, Kyle Kleiman, Cody Kleiman, they're all launching down to the 150, 160. And that's because the dirt is so much more packed in today, and it created a great surface. So watch these guys get up to crazy speeds and sit with us and enjoy some of the best racing around.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise. Gentlemen, move your hats as we cannot start a day's racing with our very own Pro 2 racer. He's also our chaplain from Racers for Christ, Jay Schaefer.
Thank you, Scott. Good morning, everybody. And once again, I'd like to remind everybody we will have a church service right here at the grandstands tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, an hour before the driver's meeting. Okay. Heavenly Father, on a personal note, I just very, very much want to thank you for my team and for the opportunity to praise you in front of all these people and to be the guy that gets to do the invocation, and for a good practice this morning. And on a greater note, on behalf of every driver out here, Lord, everybody who has guys working on their stuff throughout the night and before the race and after the race, and every voice in our head on those radios, those spotters, we appreciate those people so much, Lord. Please help us as drivers to convey the thanks to the people that help us get on the track today. And please, Lord, give us the opportunity to provide great racing for all these wonderful fans. In your name we pray, Lord Jesus. Amen.
And now, everyone at this time, please remain standing. Gentlemen, remove those hats as we are now going to hear the greatest song in the world about the greatest country in the world. And please, at this time, keep in mind, in the back of your thoughts, all the service people across this globe that are serving our country and protecting our freedoms. This morning, our anthem being sung by our very own Jessica Kunzer.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Well, there you have it, race fans. Once again, welcome to ERX Motor Park in Elk River, Minnesota, as we get ready for round 12. The 2017 TORC, the Off-Road Championship Series, presented by AMSOIL. It is the Kenda Tires National Finals. Our first race is already at the line, getting ready to come out for their parade lap. And that is the largest class we're going to have here all weekend long. And you know what? They may be down on horsepower. They may have limited suspension. But when you talk about the numbers that they have, 28 cars coming here trackside, Brent, still provides some fantastic racing.
Oh, it really does. You have racing throughout the whole class. Like, you don't just have your top three running in the beginning parts of the race. You're battling all the way back from the 28th spot, trying to make your way up towards the front. We have Jake Nelson in the points lead right now in the 11th, starting in 11th position, and it's still going to be a workout. But at the same time, we have great track conditions. Doesn't look like mud's going to be quite a factor today with tear-offs, so you're going to see a lot of great racing, so I'm excited.
You can see the cars are now, the guys are already strapped in, but you see some of the crew members are helping them out. No, we're talking about 5-point harness, head and neck restraints, the radios. Some have the breathers, some have the tear-off, some others have the mud munchers, which basically is just push a button and it automatically gives you, keep a moving clear film in front of your visor. So there's all kinds of things going on inside that car besides just turning and shifting. There's a lot of buttons to be pushing and steering and braking and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in every one of these cars. They might not look like they go as fast as our trucks and our other bigger buggy classes throughout the day, but those guys are doing a lot of work inside, like Scott said. It's not an easy thing to drive these cars. You have to hit your marks. The minute you get out of the race groove, you dog out your car, you lose sometimes 6, 7 spots at a time.
And actually, they are having issues yesterday morning with the track conditions. It was probably an inch or two, maybe 2 or 3 inches of really slick, if you want to call it slimy, I guess you could say slimy across the top of this racetrack. And these guys were really struggling to get around. Looking at it right now, it looks perfect.
It is. It is very perfect. So these light buggy guys, they didn't get a chance to get a great track yesterday, but today they have one of the best tracks all year. I can guarantee you that. You can see, as a lot of people, the track officials and all the people around that are helping out this facility. You can see how the track, they don't sink in like we were talking yesterday. They put some new clay on. They made sure they got rid of all the sinkholes in here, and it's amazing to see. And like I said, I can say it 100 different times. This track is going to shape up throughout the day and become faster and faster.
You know, one of the changes we were talking about earlier, Chris Carlson came up here and said last night, between yesterday and today, the guys were out on the track, and they made a couple of changes, one being the entrance into that split lane area. There's a big, tall dirt bank wall that's basically creates that split lane. When they come out of that hairpin turn to the left, they have to make a choice really, really fast to go inside or outside. And that created a lot of bottlenecking going on up there, and a lot of guys just moving around a lot, couldn't figure out which lane they want to go until the very last second. Well, they took that wall and shaved it down, I think he said 30 yards.
Yep, 30
so
yards.
now when you come out of that corner, you get a chance to kind of decide which lane you want to take. You don't have to like dynamite your way into it right away. So that should create the ability to get through without bottlenecking all the race cars or race trucks.
Oh, yeah, I can guarantee you that. They're just trying to get information and get thoughts from other drivers. That's what's cool about the Carlson family. They love to hear what you have back. They love feedback. They want to know what they can do for you to make it a better racing facility. And they're a Class A act right now, if you ask me. For only being in the business a couple years, they have one hell of a facility.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And it's not just the racetrack itself. It's all the surrounding things, the campgrounds, the trails, the race shop, the chalet, the snowcross track up there by the highway. This whole thing is so all-encompassing. So we have just a moment before they get underway. We got 28 cars in the lineup. Here's our introduction to our drivers. On the front row, yesterday's winner. Looks like we don't have an inversion, which I find very interesting. How about that? 2 days in a row. Sean Springstroh, yesterday's winner in the 117, starts on the pole. Tracy Fleischman alongside him in the 120. Row 2 inside. Eric Lafreniere in the 113. Alongside of him is that'd be Dylan Marquardt in the 122. Tyler Weens starts third row inside the 195. Outside of him, Rob Keelan in the 151. Row 4 inside. Colin Schulz in the 177. Outside of Colin, it's Derek Tilkins in the 121. Row 5 inside is Greg Stingle in that blaze orange car. You can never take your eye off that driver right there. Perennial favorite every single time he hits the racetrack. And alongside of him, Todd Lemke in the 109. Starting that 6th row inside, Jake Nelson in the 141. Outside of him would be Corey Holcher in the 100. In row 7 inside, Connor Schultz in the 129. Outside of him, the 174 of Kyle Patnaud. In row 8, it is Scott Booth. In the 134, outside of Scott, would be Hunter Tingley in the 170. Row 9 inside will be James Thompson in the 145. Brandon Groff in the 112. Row 10 will be Jason Sokovich in the 119. And Chad Moigenberg in the 159. Row 11, we've got Kai Groff in the 137 on the inside. Outside, Stephanie Padel in the 144. In row 12. Inside, the 142 of Barry Wallen. Outside, Pete Delory in the 199. In row 13, inside, Jordan Hawkers in the 110 and Ryan Trudeau in the 101. And in row 14, I believe it's Logan Islow in the 131 and William Huntley in the 111. That makes up the 28 cars in the light buggy division. Talk us through a little bit what these cars are all about. What, suspension, engine, what are these things all?
They're a VW engine. The horsepower is very, very limited. They're running about, I would say, 8 to 10 inches of travel in the front and about 12 inches in the rear. But these cars, they hit really, really hard. You have to finesse them. You have to make them work, like I said earlier. You can't just over-abuse them. You got to let the track come to you and hit your marks. If you're starting back in that back position, with that limited horsepower, you have to make every lap count.
So as they come across actually what will be the finish line, they'll go into that final turn, that tight hairpin, and you'll see 2 TORC flags, actually 4 of them. To the left, about knee-high on either side of the racetrack. Our pole position sitter actually starts that race. He can choose at any point within that zone to accelerate. right away inside that flag or hold him all the way to the end. And when he accelerates, that's when the green flag is waved, and we're underway with our first race of Saturday morning. Pulling the early hole shot is Sean Springsrow, picking up right where he left off yesterday. Top spot on the podium. Can he do it 2 days in a row? We're going to find out right away how that, taking about 30 yards, that split lane wall down affects the drivers. And you know what? Actually, it's working because they come through the turn and they, instead of coming together, they absolutely separate.
Yeah.
It's like Moses parting the waters almost.
You can already see our leaders starting to spread open, just a couple car lengths gap, and we have a caution. Full course caution out, a couple cars tangled together.
It's hard. Looks like they're entering. They're just outside the split lane. So what's going to happen now? We're going to basically probably have to go to a complete full restart.
Yeah, we didn't get a full complete lap in, so I'm pretty sure like yesterday we did it a couple times. We go back to restarting the whole race, so. Yeah, you can see 199. Pete Delory, he's getting pulled off the track.
What's kind of cool about this as well is not only do we have cameras all the way around this racetrack, but there's microphones placed in certain areas as well. So sometimes, even though we can't see it on camera, we hear engine noises and we can kind of pick up where they might be. We hear somebody going through, shifting through gears, and there's cars parked on the track, and it's like, well, it's got to be back here somewhere. But I'm going to let everybody know that hasn't been here before, has never been to an off-road race. You bought a ticket to get in here to watch off-road racing, but that does not limit you to the hill to sit right here in front of us. You also have the option of going, if you look to your right, you'll see where the little bit of a woods, kind of a meadow, I guess you call it, underneath the trees. And we probably have some fans over there right now. You're more than welcome to walk back into the pits and around the racetrack to that side, to your right all the way around. But while you're doing that, you're more than welcome to go down to the pit area, meet these drivers, walk the pits, get some pictures and autographs, get to meet some of these people that are behind the scenes that put on an event like this. Check out some of the vendors that are here as well. I do know that we have the gang here from Polaris. They got a big display down by the chalet, which is the beater cross track or the snow cross track, where you can go down there, sign up, register, and you can drive a brand new Polaris RZR 1000 around this facility on a guided trail ride. That's you driving. You're not a passenger. You are driving a brand new Polaris RZR. So go down there, check it out. I believe Yamaha's here as well, doing the same kind of thing. They've got a big display down there as well. Go down there, meet the guys from Yamaha, and sign up, and you can drive. I would choose the paddle shift on the YXE. That is the coolest thing. It's just right there, kind of like Formula One. It's right there by your hands. Never take your hands off the wheel, and you can sign up, and you can drive a Polaris YXE 1000 around this facility. And I recommend the paddle shift.
I've never got an opportunity to drive the paddle shift one, but I'm sure get down there. Maybe me and Scott will just take off from here a little bit and go ride around a little bit.
If that happens, I ain't coming back. I'm going to top off the gas before I leave, and I ain't coming back.
We'll have to come pick up 00.
He gets his own. He probably gets the hot rod of the YXEs. Don't you? Yeah, he knows which one's the fastest YXE down there, and he would beat us down there, and he would take that one. But don't forget, we also got Tim and Timmery here from Race and Dirty, as they got some very cool design-specific T-shirts for this weekend. Also, from the Twin Cities takedown from earlier this year, they're selling those shirts from June for $10. Really cool design. Tim was saying that he was surprised with the number of people they had here yesterday. They almost sold out, but there's such a limited number there of what they have for June's race weekend, but they got tons of them for this weekend, and as well as all kinds of other official TORC apparel. And they also have the Chris Kahn Memorial Benefit decals for $5 a piece. 100% of the proceeds raised from the sale of those decals go to the 2018 Chris Kahn Memorial Benefit and Auction. coming up in this May. So stop down and ask about that and pick up a couple of those Chris Cobb Memorial Benefit decals.
There's a good look at the split lanes as they're going through. You can see how they push that back 30 yards. You can tell very much so it's way different than yesterday. And it does give an opportunity for the class, and especially when you have 28 light buggies. When you're coming exiting out of that turn, it gives you an opportunity to just spread out on your own, and it's going to create a lot more guys choosing each lane at a different time. It seems like they're getting a little bit more time, but it's going to mind boggle a lot of people. Should be coming back. We are going to be coming to green. Once again, you see those 4 flags.
Hey, I just got a message from Buggy Bo. He says he's tagged us on Facebook. He's got a bunch of people watching the race right now. He says he may sell your car, but I still have a team, and they're all watching right now. So good for you, Buggy. Green flag is out for the second time. Let's see if we can make a full lap this time.
3 wide already.
And once again, it is Sean Springstrow with the early hole shot. We got Scholes going inside, trying to take that second spot. Nice line. Boy, look how all the cars just come out of that turn separating.
They're crisscrossing.
Yeah.
They're like exiting on exit. It's cool.
And it doesn't look like it from here, but that is very soft sand. Like a golf course sand trap. So it's Sean Springstrow, Eric Lafreniere, Colin Scholes, Tyler Weens up in that 4 spot, top 5. Tracy Fleischman. And there's still a lot of passing going on. 3 wide, almost 4 wide, coming in down through this front stretch.
Yeah, these light buggies are going much faster than yesterday. They had to start out in that heavy mud and clay yesterday, and today they get a nice track. They get a very, very nice track, and you can see on exit when they're coming through those split lanes. I just love it. It creates so much different opportunities throughout the day, and this track is not going to stay the same. It's going to keep changing more and more as we move on throughout the different classes.
And with the track conditions the way it is, it's going to make these cars handle different than they did yesterday when it's real sloppy and gummy out there on that racetrack. Now they're getting a lot more speed than they did yesterday.
Looks like we got a battle for the lead.
Yeah, Colin Scholes made it look pretty easy, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see if Springstrow can get back up on top of Schultz and try to figure out his lines, where he was catching them, and now get to babysit them and figure out, hey, where this track better, where my car will get a little bit more of a run. And you can see Colin Schultz pulling out a little bit of a gap as they head toward the split lanes.
And the brother, they're actually twins. The
Really?
Scholes, yeah, they're twins, and the other brother is now working his way to the field a bit further back in the pack.
You can see when I talked about that limited travel, limited suspension, how they're going through. They're kind of like rolling over those rhythm sections, but at the same time, it's not an easy hit. So these guys have to finesse their cars to make it work the way they want to feel.
Yeah, now Tyler Weens and Greg Stingle are battling for position. That is for 4th and 5th, and they're right now on the back bumper of Eric Lafreniere. So it shows up front, Springstrow, Lafreniere, Tyler Weens was able to hang on to 4th. Stingle had to check up. He's back in 5th in that Blaze Orange car.
Yeah, Stingle didn't have a great run yesterday, and today it looks like his car's healthy. He's running in that 4th spot, so our 5th spot. And I can guarantee you he's working as many spots as he can before that competition caution.
So it's Todd Lemke, Jake Nelson, Derek Tilkins, Connor Scholes, and Dylan Marquardt round out the top 10.
Stingo looks like the 172 is getting a run on the bottom.
Yeah, he's coming back under on the outside of Tyler Weens. No, Weens has been showing a little bit of smoke going through that rhythm section. The double, double, double. I mean, they're not doing it, but they're actually hitting those rollers pretty hard. And he's been puffing a little smoke through that area, so I have to keep an eye on him. And in fact, we got one car off the track. I believe it's Logan Islow. He's in the safety lane, but he's off the track and out of the race, it appears.
You can see how sandy that soil is going through the split lanes. It is crazy how that develops, and there's ruts that'll develop so bad that these skid plates in the UTVs and the mod Sportsman UTVs, they're going to be bottoming out a lot, and it's going to catch that skid plate and slow them down a little bit. So it's a challenge, and that's the difference between the inside and the outside lane. So you'll see it develop throughout the day. It's like we have the competition caution out now, and they're going to reset everyone once again.
Just found out via social media once again. I'm being corrected now. It used to be in the old days they would just walk up to the booth and correct me with what I'm saying. Now they're sending me messages off of Facebook. So it's actually Jaden Lemke out there, not Todd.
Oh wow!
Running right now. So yep. Stand corrected. Right now running that 7th spot. Nice job by Jaden.
See that 141 of Jake Nelson. He's moved up to the 6th spot. He started 11th. He's picking his way through slowly.
And for the first time today, we have Richie Kuloff out on the track in that Escondido Toyota pace truck, courtesy of Toyota and Cooper Tires, Vision Wheels. Had a chance to stop down and check out the Vision Wheel booth yesterday afternoon, and there's a couple of brand new styles of wheels down there that are kind of neat looking, and I'm like, I'm a chrome guy. I really am. I like the shine, but he's got a lot of flat black. He's got a lot of black wheels, polished aluminum. But when he popped out that chrome one, I'm like, oh nice.
There it is.
I'm a shiny guy. I like to see it shine. So if you're in the market for any wheels for your car, truck, or SUV, stop down and see Todd and the boys here from Vision Wheel. They're also, it was his brainstorm for that Vision Wheel Bad Mofo Award, which we'll be handing out after the pro races this afternoon. A custom-made wallet with the event's logo emblazoned on it, along with $250 in cash.
Some people call it a sponsorship.
Hey, is that Taylor? Taylor! Oh, Haley, you're not off the hook either. I know Haley. Yep, as usual, Taylor's on the phone. We're back to Green Flag Racing with Scholes up front. Great run by him this morning. And look who's running at 3rd.
Already.
Yep. Did not take long.
Yeah, Stingo started 9th. He's up into the 3rd spot, so great run by Stingo.
Looks like we have 2 cars hooked together just as they enter into the sand trap. And yeah, they're hooked together somehow, bumper to bumper or something. All I can see are rooftops right now, but we got 2 cars hooked together back in that section as we go back up front. And boy, Stingo's got a nice run on Sean Springstro. He'll duck to the inside to the corner, and he'll move up into 2nd.
Yeah, Springstro, he's been fast all weekend long, but he just makes one little bit of mistake, and it shoves them out of the side and gets them out of the race groove. And the 172 just capitalized on it, and he's moving to the front.
Now watch the line of Schultz takes through this corner. Last time he went way wide up into the corner. He likes that outside line. He takes the outside split lane. Stingle takes the inside. We'll see if that helps out either one of those drivers coming into that corner, the Talladega turn before the Amsoil finish line. I kind of kept them even, it looks like. Tyler Weens gets around now. Weens was running in that 4 spot. So Weens now up into 3rd. He's gotten around Springstrow.
And you can see a lot of different driving styles as they're entering into the turns. Some are going very, very wide, and some are sticking right tight to the bottom and letting the car roll through and trying to keep their momentum up. The best way with these cars, stay outside, carry your speed, because once you dog out that speed, it's hard to get it back very, very fastly.
And you gotta love the social medias right now. We've got a couple of people that I have to say I'm in love with. I got my wife, she's working out. She's on the treadmill right now with her cell phone right there at the handlebars, watching as she's walking. So, honey, I wish you were here, man. This is one racetrack I wish you could see. And also my mom is back home. She's watching us at my sister's house. She's dog sitting, so my mom is watching too.
Yeah, I have to say hi to my mom and dad and my brother. I know they're all sitting in front of it as they do week in and week out.
So we have 3 laps remaining, 3 laps, and I'm telling you, Schultz is running a really good race. But Stingle, I'm kind of surprised he's not catching him as fast as he's been catching the rest of the field. I don't think this is going to be a very easy run for him to kind of catch our leader. And Tyler Weens is right there as well. 3-car battle for the top 3 spots.
Yeah, Tyler's looking very, very smooth today. He's throwing that car where he wants it. And you can watch as he exits the split lanes, not as of right now. When he goes out of the split lanes, he's actually rotating that car on the exit and getting a nice little run on the bottom. So.
Oh man, Schultz gets a great run off the corner. Absolutely perfect turn, that left hand going into the split lane. Schultz may have pulled away a little bit on that little turn. Yeah, he has probably. And Tyler Weens has gained on Stingle. So Weens is on the move. White flag is out. I thought it was 2 laps remaining, and yeah, we got the white flag coming out.
Yeah, it'll be interesting if Tyler Weens can get on the inside of Stingle, try to make Stingle make a mistake, and those two things really don't go well together. Stingle's been around for a long, long time, but we'll see it here. See if Tyler has anything up his sleeve this final lap.
Man, how about Colin Schultz? This is a great race for him, I believe. I want to say this could be his first career win, if I'm not mistaken. Goes into the corner wide, tight on the apex, comes out, lets the car drift to the outside. Tyler Weens has made up ground on Stingle. Meanwhile, Colin Schultz has pulled away just about a car length one more time through that corner.
You can see how sandy and rutted up it's already getting. With 28 cars to start this race, they really dug down to that lower sand level.
And here they come towards the Amsoil finish line. It's going to be Colin Schultz with the win. Greg Stingle second, and Tyler Weens will round out the podium. And as they cross the line, it's Sean Springstrow, Jake Nelson, Connor Schultz, Dylan Marquardt, Kyle Patnaud, and let's see, Scott Booth and Scott Thompson there as well. Well, for the first time this morning, we're going to kind of take a quick break. We'll be right back with our winning interviews after this.
When it comes to protecting your engine, Amsoil offers the next level performance truck owners demand. Amsoil provides 75% more engine protection against horsepower loss and wear than required by a leading industry standard, extending the life of pistons and cams. Give the vehicle you love the above and beyond fortification it deserves. Amsoil, devoted to protection.
Turo Trailblade Tires, the weapon of choice for wherever you want to go.
Cooper tires on the ground go round and round, round and round, round and round. Tires on the car are warranty. And what you need, the tires on the car help keep you safe. They grip the road when you hit the brakes.
Your tires matter, so count on Cooper, an American company since 1914.
Tires on the ground go round and round.
Well, if you look on the Jumbotron, up next at ERX, it's the Day of the Dozers. Children can ride with a trained professional in dump trucks, dozers, and like they're saying, other big equipment. So it's pretty cool. They don't only run the snowcross and the off-road races here. They're going to have a day in the dirt for kids, September 30th. So keep contact with ERX and bring your kids out and show them they can get to ride in some of the best equipment around, like you see prepping the track. So September 30th, Day of the Dirt. And for everyone that's thinking cooler weather, the Grassroots Snowcross Series starts December 14th along the 28th and then falls into January, the 11th, 25th, all the way till March 22nd. So keep in contact with the Snowcross Series along here at ERX. So the Grassroots Snowcross Series starting December 14th. Our third place finisher, starting in the 5th position, but worked his way up to the podium, running a great race. The number 195 of Tyler Wyans.
Tyler, congratulations. It's a brand new day. We're right here for pretty much one last rounds that you're going to have. At ERX, they've changed a few things out there. You didn't place where you wanted to. How'd you regroup, come back out, and come out strong today?
Well,
This year had a lot of ups and downs. I can't even talk right now. A lot of ups and downs. Yesterday was a poor race. We got 2 races in the mud, the last 2 races, and it was really frustrating, more to my ego than anything. But I'd like to thank my sponsor. Yeah, I'm going to spank them too. So SSI decals, you're going to get a spanking. All right, that's enough. AMSOIL, VP Racing Fuels, Matt Gerald Racing. I want to say hi to my wife and daughter Kyla at home. I miss you guys. Wish you were here.
You've done it here. You got one more day tomorrow to finish out the season. Hop up on 3.
Finishing in the 2nd spot in the bright orange car, coming all the way from the 9th position, the number 172 of Greg Stingle.
Greg, you are honestly one of the most methodical drivers that I have met throughout the entire Sportsman. When you're working in 9th, halfway through the pack, coming all the way up, picking off people one after another, what goes through your mind? Is it all about the turns, the straightaways, or just being able to capitalize on their mistakes?
Basically capitalizing on their mistakes, and in different areas when you're starting to catch cars, you use it more and more. Even the divider split back here, I had a spotter back there telling me how if I was gaining or losing on which lane I chose, and we just slowly picked them off one by one, and Colin got out too far in front, and he ran a flawless race and didn't screw up, so he didn't give me a shot at it. So we're really happy with 2nd. Yesterday we played in the mud and got 5th. But this track, this facility, everybody at ERX, I mean, they have done a great thing for everybody here and are so accommodating and give us the best track race after race. Okay, looking forward to come back in next year. I got to thank the Moore Group, USAC and TORC, and my friends and family, and all my sponsors.
Great run here. Do I need to give you a hug? We'll hug it out. Hop up on 2.
And taking the win in 1600 light buggy in the 177, Colin Schultz.
Colin, you've done it again, taking the 2nd of the year for the top spot. You've done it here at ERX. You've got a great crew behind you. When you have somebody like Greg Stingle behind you, you got Tyler behind you as well. What is your spotter saying?
He's just telling me how far back he is and where I'm losing speed or I'm gaining. With Greg behind me, it just gives me more confidence to go even faster.
And then, you've got some great guys. You got Chad, you got your brother, you got everybody working together. So I know there's a few people you want to thank.
Yeah, they're the whole Flying Dutchman team, especially the 2 top cars are Flying Dutchman cars built by Mikey. And Chad's a lot of help for us, and that's about it.
You've done it here. Hop up on number 1. One more round of applause. Great first race of the day. Up to you guys.
Congratulations, guys. Way to go, Stingle. Colin Schultz, one heck of a run. Way to go, Tyler. So get them ready for tomorrow, guys.
See, there was a little track preparation going on just a moment ago out there as we get ready for our next race. It's going to be Sportsman UTV. And by the way, everybody, on behalf of the entire TORC staff, the gang here from MSI, and everybody involved with ERX Motor Park, happy birthday to the big guy up here as he crawls down the stairs. Jeremy Meyer, 42 years old. Johnny Greaves, the first one to give him a big hug. Happy birthday, bud. It's kind of neat to see him smile for a change for so long. He just comes up here and gets all ornery on us, and now he's actually walking away smiling. Uh-oh.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, next up is the Sportsman UTV. And starting on the pole, Alec Hoffman in the 727. Luke Stubbs in the 722. Starting in the 3rd spot, Gabe Johnson in the 725. Nathan Stadinsky starting alongside of Gabe Johnson in the 756. Amanda Peterson in the 735. Starting in the 6th spot, Trevor Bushmaker in the 703. Stenson Robinson alongside of Trevor in the 745. Vince Lemondola starting in the 8th spot in the 711. Jacob Rosales in the 7:13. Alongside of Jacob, Kyle Greaves in the 7:34, starting in the 10th spot. Elwood Nemi Jr. in the 7:85. After Nemi Jr., Kyle Venon in the 7:33, starting in the 13th spot. Nick Garby, and rounding out the 14-car field, the 7:52 of Jason Plouffe.
And you can see also we've got Richie Kuloff behind the wheel of our brand new 2017 Yamaha YXZ Pace vehicle. I want to thank Yamaha for providing that, so it's been a great addition to have here. And we've said it every single round of racing, so I'll be the first one to say today that Richie Kuloff has got the best job in the freaking world.
Nice
driving
AC.
The Pace, yeah, driving the Pace vehicle, or Pace truck. Escadillo Toyota Pace truck for the truck races and the buggy races, and the Yamaha YXZ for the UTV races, and we're underway.
Oh, we got a car turn around. We have a broken top. It looks like something broke on the right front. Looks like he's trying to get off the track like we heard earlier in the driver's meeting. If you're broke down, try to get yourself out of the way so we don't cause a big full TORC caution for everyone else.
And it looks like he was successful doing that. And was at 7:33, I think it is. So Kyle Vedden?
Yeah, you can see that thing's just, it's just laying flat on the ground. You can see the 7:33 is his day's done, and I don't know, we didn't really get a glimpse of it. It could have been a little bit of contact, could have hit the berm, so hopefully we get a nice replay of that.
So we got 7:22 running up front. We got Luke Stubbs, Nathan Slatinsky, and Vince Lamandola running 1, 2, and 3 right now. Alec Hoffman, Gabe Johnson, Kyle Greaves, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th.
Yeah, Kyle Greaves had a great run yesterday. Once again, he's a fabricator. Now to see him get to sit in the seat of a Johnny Greaves chassis, it's pretty cool. It's awesome to see all the hard work him and his dad have put into other cars. He gets to get out here and have some fun.
Yeah, and he's turned into a heck of a fabricator already in this young age. I mean, he's got his own shop already, working out of it, working on quite a few. I want to say he had like 5 or 6 race UTVs in his shop at one time.
Stubbs still out in the lead. Slatinsky in the 7:56 still running second. Vince Lamandola in the 7:11 running third, so that's your top 3.
Well, it looks like the split lanes aren't running up just yet. Still have a lot of moisture in the sand, so it looks like they're holding up. But once that starts to dry out, you're going to see that split lane really run up and get very, very soft. So Stubbs, Slatinsky, Bushmaker still running 1, 2, and 3. Bushmaker was yesterday's winner.
Got a good battle going on right now in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th spot. You'll watch a lot of different driving styles as they enter in here. Some will go really wide. Some will try to enter wide and then exit on the bottom. And a lot of times if a guy's doing that, you're trying to go right in front of him and try to block his line.
Right in the middle of all that is Greaves as well. God, that's such a cool battle right now between 4 cars for 2nd place. Meanwhile, Stubbs is out front all by himself.
Yeah, Stubbs, he looked like he over-rotated just a little bit, exiting, coming back in front of the crowd. Kyle Greaves just hoping these guys tangle for 3rd and 4 so he can get by him, but it looks like he's got a good run going to the back.
Greaves really feels that he had something for the guys yesterday. He just ran out of time. So we'll find out. He takes the inside split lane this time.
Yeah, and it looks like he has a nice run once again, staying right on the backside.
Made up a little ground, but just not quite enough to make the pass during the split lane. Bushmaker stumbled a little bit through that rhythm section, and right at the comp yellow, once again, Greaves ran out of time to try to make a pass before that comp yellow. And it looks like Richie Kuloff will be pulling out once again in that 2017 Yamaha YXE Pace vehicle. Hey, just to let everybody know also, if you're starting to feel a little bit on the warm side, or you've been drinking a little bit of water or soda or whatever it is that you might be drinking, if you want to try something different to cool off, we also have an ice cream truck behind the grandstands here towards the bottom of the hill, just off to the side of the racetrack. So if you go behind the concession stand, you turn around and look down the hill, there is a big purple ice cream truck that says Brain Freeze all over it. So stop down there and take care of it. Take care of your heat. Ice cream. Actually sounds pretty damn good about now. Wow. Tiffany Stone has something down trackside. Tiffany, what do you have?
Well, guys, I'm hanging out down here, and I feel like I'm wearing the right color for this because I'm hanging out with Kevin Tyson. He's the business regional manager for Yamaha. So thank you so much for joining us. We have a Yamaha YXE 1000 right behind us. It's the brand new side-by-side that you see as our pace car out here. So Kevin, you tell me a little bit about this.
So we're out here this weekend with a truckload of YXEs. We've both got manual shift models as well as our sport shift models, and we're allowing customers to test ride the product. It's pretty exciting.
So I think I saw this already when I was pulling in right to the right by the chalet, right behind there. You guys will be able to take one of these side-by-sides out. You'll be able to demo this, and it's all complimentary. It's all free compliments of Yamaha.
That's correct. So you see the vehicles running around out here right now. A lot of the same vehicles are up in our truck right now, and you get to go and take a 15-20-minute test ride. It's pretty cool.
Well, you guys stay tuned. Take a ride out with that side-by-side. It's the best thing you can do today.
And yeah, we did that, I believe, at Redbud earlier this year as well. How cool was that? And you know something? I highly recommend the paddle shift. I'm going to go right back to it. And I got to emphasize the fact, you will be driving this YXE. Not as a passenger, you'll be driving it. So you got to stop down by the chalet, the big Yamaha display, and sign up and take one of these things for a, dare I say, test beat.
Well, as we are doing the interview, Kyle Greaves still working his way up towards the front. Now finds himself in that 3rd position, all over Bushmaker.
Yeah, he made a smart move in that last lap back at the entrance of the split lane and was lucky enough to have the right line. Got around 2 cars in 1 pass.
Yeah, it really didn't take Kyle Greaves long to figure out that car, and he's right in the midst of everything. So he's got a chance at this win just as much as Stubbs and Bushmaker does. He's trying to hunt them down as they go through the rhythm section.
Bushmaker's way to the outside in that Talladega turn. Greaves comes inside. Drag race up to the top of the hill. Bushmaker still has the spot.
It's so fun to watch them guys when they come in there. Even later on in the day as the classes get faster, who's going to outbrake who?
So it's Luke Stubbs, Trevor Bushmaker, Kyle Greaves, Nathan Slatinsky, and Vis Lamandola in the top 5. And our top 3, man, are just glued together right now. And Slatinsky's trying to get in the mix of things as well.
Yeah, Slatinsky's creeping his way back up into the top 3, so Greaves can't mess around too much longer. He needs to try to find an opening and get around Bushmaker. And he does. He used that same line. He made it work.
Bushmaker tried to make that car real wide, but They're still side by side going into that tight hairpin turn.
This is where I'm saying outbreaking whoever. And look at that. Kyle Greaves holds that inside line and holds on to the second spot.
Now Greaves has got to slide to the right and take that inside line away from Bushmaker.
Wow, look at the run Kyle got.
Yeah. He found a good line in that last turn, but had it taken away, but I think he just found something with just a few laps remaining. We should be going to green
goes
flag
outside.
lap.
Oh!
Coming to the white flag this time by Greaves on the outside split lane. Stubbs on the inside. And here comes Bushmaker. Look out! He's going to take the spot away from Greaves. White flag is up. Bushmaker back into second. Bushmaker goes wide to that corner. Greaves tries to go inside line. Nothing there. And this is where Greaves found a line in that last lap. But Bushmaker just took it away. Greaves ducks outside entrance, inside exit in that corner. He's pulling up alongside. Bushmaker going to that tight left-hand turn. Another outside entrance.
Look at
tires. Our leader's outside. Greaves has got the lead.
Greaves goes from third to first in one turn. That's all it takes is one mistake.
Through the rhythm section, into the Talladega left turn. We have got a brand new Greaves on the top spot. Here comes a checkered flag. The win goes to Kyle Greaves. Second, Trevor Bushmaker and Nathan Slatinsky in that third spot.
Wow, what a end of the race, and props
Vince
to Kyle
Lamandola,
Greaves.
Jacob Rosales in that top round to top 5. Elwood Nemi Jr., Nick Garby, Gabe Johnson, and Stetson Robinson, Luke Stubbs will round out the top 10. But man, oh man, there's going to be a big celebration at the podium right now. How about it, Kurt Greaves? How about it?
That is awesome.
Well, we're going to take a break, catch our breath. We'll be right back after this with our winning interviews.
Designed for your journey. For 41 years, winning drivers in all forms of motorsports have relied on VP Racing Fuels for leading-edge technology to optimize performance and power them to the winner's circle. Now you can get the same benefit with VP Mattitives, formulated for gas and diesel engines. It's race fuel technology for your daily driver and the perfect way to clean out your fuel system and put the power back in your drive. VP Mattitives are available at your local AutoZone store. For more information, visit vpracingfuels.com.
Rugged Radios. Work, race, play.
Hey Steve, where you at?
Experience clear communications through headsets or helmet kits.
I'm up on the hill to your right. Oh, there you are.
Talk vehicle to vehicle.
Keep the radio contact going. Copy?
Talk to passengers.
Copy that, I gotcha.
And stream your favorite music. Complete communications for UTVs, base camp, toy haulers, or off-road vehicles. Rugged Radios, the authority in communications.
I have to say, Brett, that we had a full day of racing yesterday, both pro and sportsman, and that right there, with so many passes in the last 2 laps by a few different guys for the lead, not just for position, but for the lead, I'd have to throw it on the limb right there that I think that was the best race we've had so far this weekend.
Oh, it is, and it's awesome with that white flag coming out. You watch Kyle Greaves as before the split lanes. He went outside, inside, and he had the pass in possession of him, and then all of a sudden it just split up. He went from third to first. So, like you said, it is one of the best races yet this weekend.
And yeah, here's the bad end of the deal. I mean, he was running for the lead as well. Hooked a rut, got up on 2. He had 3 guys behind him, and they're just being chased by a bunch of bees, and he came out in the short end of the stick.
Yeah, you could probably call it a little bit of pressure. 1 lap to go, try to keep calm, cool, and collected, and unfortunately it wasn't his day. As you can see, he's getting towed back to the pits.
And I think there might be something said for a young guy that has opened up his own fab shop. He's been busting butt on other people's UTVs. And what is this, his 3rd race, I think? 3rd race weekend?
Yeah, I think it's his 3rd race weekend.
Goes out and races one of his own rides and then ends up at the top of the box. And he's learning how to drive at the same time. He's not known as a racer. That's the thing. Well, race fans, let's now meet our top 3 finishers at Sportsman UTV in that 3rd spot. Man, so close, man. Any one of the 5 that were in that mix could have won this race, but this guy right here was in the middle of it, but ended up 3rd. The 756 of Nathan Slatinsky.
Nathan, that was quite a battle out there. Like Scott was saying, anybody could have ended up first. When you're driving something like that and you're noticing the track changing time after time, what is going to be the most difficult part? Is it going to be the turns or knowing that you have to be able to pass a few guys?
Probably the most difficult part, just staying, consistent through the corners and consistent everywhere on the track, because a little mistake will put you back, like it put me back 2 spots by hitting neutral. But, these guys are doing pretty good this year, and is probably one of the better races I've had, so I'm pretty happy to be up here. And I'd like to thank Dialed In Racing. They helped me out a bunch. It's a team effort. We come here every weekend, and it's not easy to do it by yourself. So these guys right here helped me out a ton. And Nicolay Heating and Cooling out of Green Bay, they pretty much put my machine together, using the shop and whatnot. So I'd like to thank them too.
Well, you've done it here. Nice job taking that 3rd place spot.
And taking that 2nd spot. Man, he won yesterday and came so close today. The 703 of Trevor Bushmaker.
Trevor, you've done it. You podiumed both times here, making up round 4, now going into round 13. Taking all those notes, having a crazy, crazy battle for second, third, first, second, everything. What notes did you take from yesterday to implement to today?
Yesterday, we ran from the back, kept clean most of the race. Today, I ran at tear-offs. I really apologize to Luke. I tapped him when he rolled. I just couldn't stop in time. He should be up here with us, but, sorry. I'd like to thank Beaver Machine, Dan Bieber Equipment, Greaves Team, Kyle Greaves, Power Sports 1, any friends, family, and Dexter Carbon. Thank you.
You've done it here again, double podium. One more round tomorrow, Trevor Bushmaker.
And taking that top spot, he's been known as a fabricator, has recently opened his own shop, has worked on, I think, everybody else's UTVs. And I want to say, I think this is his 3rd race weekend ever. Ladies and gentlemen, his 1st career win. How about it for Kyle Greaves?
A big congratulations to you, and you've probably seen this. I have always asked everybody in one word, how are you feeling right now?
Amazing. It was started from the back, and we, of course, made it the fastest, but Trevor got around me for 3rd, and then on the last lap, we finally, they had a mistake, and we capitalized. So I got to give it up to CJ and Johnny for this awesome ride. The whole Broken Dirty crew for letting me pit under their awning, and excited.
I just want to let you know, I think I saw the biggest smile from CJ Greaves as he was running over here. Bigger than any trophy, bigger than any championship, watching you race, watching you win. Your entire family, everybody's got to be so excited. Well-deserved. Hop up on number 1. Take your spot up there. One more round of applause for Kyle Greaves taking that top spot in Sportsman UTV.
Congratulations, guys, and yeah, I want to see Kurt Greaves right about now. The guy is very emotional. I can't help but think there's a little bit of a tear in his eye. Congratulations to both you guys. Well, one more time, we're going to take a break, catch our breath, and be right back with our next race. Coming up, 1,600 single buggies.
When it comes to guarding your engine, AMSOIL offers the next level performance enthusiasts demand. AMSOIL provides 75% more engine protection against horsepower loss and wear than required by a leading industry standard, extending the life of pistons and cams. Give the vehicle you love the above and beyond protection it deserves. AMSOIL, devoted to protection.
There's a shot of our next race back in staging. I love that picture. It almost makes me look like makes me feel like I want to go back in the trees, grab a lawn chair, and just watch the cars from there as they go by in staging. So picturesque, so beautiful. Ha! Here's our lineup as we get ready to bring them out onto the track. We got 12 cars in the 1,600 single buggy division. On the front row, we got Ryan Moninger in the 343. Jason Flugrat in the 356. Matt Gerald rounds up the inside of row 2 in the 395. J.D. Corin in the 369. Row 3 inside, Jeff Bashinsky in the 324. Dylan Parsons in the 319 starts outside of him in the 6th spot. Row 4 inside, it's Craig Padel in the 300. Outside of him in the 8th spot will be Dave Luger in the 328. In row 5 inside, Bruce Fraley in the 312. And starting 10th, Tony Keepers in the 352. Row 6 inside, Jeff Sokovitz in the 321. And Paul Hayward will round out the field of 12 cars in the 315.
You've seen earlier the light buggies that came out. They had a little less travel. These cars, they have about 10, 12 inches in the front, maybe 12 inches in the rear, and a little bit more horsepower. So you'll see a little bit more speed as we go out throughout the day, as I was saying earlier. But these cars, they can handle a lot more, and they're more of a drivable car. You still have to respect the car, but you can watch these things pick up a lot more speed than the light buggies. Once again, Ryan Moninger in the 343 will lead them to the green flag right in front of you, in between those 4 white flags. If you weren't here earlier, it pretty much comes down to when we go to the competition caution also, like when they're starting again, that leader, if say that Ryan Moninger was in the lead, he has an opportunity to hold off all the way till that last flag. So he can mind boggle all the other drivers and take it as an advantage.
Tony Keepers, our points leader in the 352. Being chased in points by Bruce Fraley, and ironically they are starting side by side as well as we're coming to the green flag. Boy, again, this is a loaded field. Any one of probably 10, hell, any one of the 12 could win this race. As the green flag is out, we're underway. Moninger with the hole shot once again. Flugrat second. And I see a little blue tinge in that air as they go through turn number 1. And here comes Flugrat to the inside of Moninger, and he'll take the lead going into turn number 2.
Yeah, it looked like Matt Gerald in the 395 stumbled just a little bit. He caught that corner just a little too tight, and it cost him a spot.
Yeah, because they got cutting brakes or turning brakes, so I think he probably just leaned on it a little bit too much. And here comes Majid back to the inside. He'll retake the lead away from Flugrat, and Ryan Moniger running back up front. They're 3 wide, a little bit further back.
And you can see the different speeds that we are beginning to see. Oh, we have contact. 4 cars, 5 cars in the mix.
Right in the middle of it, too. Somehow Matt Gerald got involved in it, so he's still parked in the racetrack. 1 car's back underway.
It's like Bruce Fraley.
Matt Gerald still parked in the racetrack, so there might be a yellow coming out in a moment.
Bruce Fraley running that outside line through the split lanes. Trying to get a better run on exit towards the finish line jump.
Man.
Luger looks like he's throwing a little smoke out.
Yeah, there's the yellow flag as Matt Gerald still parked in the middle of the turn. And it looks like Keepers is the one showing smoke, and it looks like it's appearing from the bottom back of the motor area. Can't tell if that's the actual exhaust or maybe if it's actually coming from the block. It's hard to tell. But I believe it's Dave Luger that is showing that smoke. As we're going full course yellow, as Richie Kuloff has got the Toyota Escondido Pace truck back on the track along with Vision Wheel and Cooper tires. So looks like Matt Gerald's being forced to pull off the track on the strap. So, man, what an early exit. Such a shame for that young man.
Moniger, Flugrat, and it looks like Bruce Fraley moved into that top 3-0. Looks like he's giving the spot to Luger.
Yeah, it's actually Luger that's showing the smoke. That's who it is.
Yeah.
I thought it was Keepers for a moment, but it's actually Luger. See if we can get a better camera or better angle of where that smoke might be coming from. Maybe it is coming from the exhaust. Boy, it's just...
Yeah, it's starting to pour out.
Yeah, it's just not puffing. It's just absolutely... it's actually coming out of the exhaust, I believe. So it looked like they're redoing the alignment. Getting all the cars back into proper place. And how they're able to do that, you go to some stock car races, you know, local bull ring or fairgrounds, whatever, and then during a yellow flag, they'll stop everything, send a guy out on the racetrack with a clipboard, and he points at you and where you're supposed to go on that racetrack in order, and that's how they take back off. Well, here, what they have is what they call a nitro bee. It's a little tiny yellow receiver, but the size of a Zippo lighter or something like that, that clips someplace inside the car. That's a listen-only radio for the driver.
Yep.
And that allows the track officials, the USAC officials, to tell the driver where to go, what to do. Maybe, okay, if you're doing something crazy, calm down. They're telling you to calm down.
Yeah, they'll give you a warning. Yeah.
Give you a warning, yeah, exactly. But you can't talk to USAC. That's the good part. You can't yell at them back or anything like that, but they can yell at you. So that's how right now what you're kind of seeing. Just a moment ago, you saw some cars jockeying around back into position, and that's via that nitro bee. They were listening to USAC, and USAC was telling them where to go. And the thing is, when they talk to you, they're actually talking to everybody in the class. Everyone can hear what's going on.
Yeah, so everyone can hear what numbers got to go where.
Yeah, exactly.
I have it when I run sprint cars. They have them all in our cars too, so it makes it easier. Like you said, you don't want to have to come out and point to the guys, and it takes multiple minutes. And here it looks like it shapes up pretty quick. Well,
I just got a message. God, you gotta love social media. When we're speculating on things, we see something going on in the race car. We can't, figure out exactly what's going on, but we can see the result of what's going on right now with Luger's motor. I just got a message via social media that it is Luger's motor that is smoking because they put brand new rings in it last night, I guess.
They're not seated yet.
And they didn't seat correctly. So I don't know if that means they didn't seat yet or didn't seat correctly. But
well, usually they would already been seated by now, so it's probably the wrong set of rings in that thing. So hopefully you can keep it together throughout the race.
I mean, you would actually run the motor long enough to seat the rings before you come up for a race. You don't want to do it during a race. So
yeah,
there's
correct.
definitely going to be an issue, I think. Hey, as I said earlier, don't forget, if you're feeling the heat a little bit and you want something besides water, juice, or Gatorade, we've got the ice cream truck behind us here in the, what do you call this thing? I guess concession stand / race control? Yeah, we'll call it race control.
There you go.
Behind race control at the bottom of the hill, the big purple ice cream truck they call it Brain Freeze. Brain Freeze ice cream. Looked like it's been attacked by paintball guns. But yeah, don't be afraid to go down there and grab some ice cream. Keep yourselves cool, keep them hydrated. And yeah, ice cream does sound pretty good, huh?
Yeah, we keep hitting it. Maybe somebody will bring us some. Well, we're back underway. Richie Kulof's going to pull off the track up here, and they're going to go to a single file restart, it looks like.
Man, look how mid-packed that Bruce Fraley is. He's just buried back there, and smoke is still pouring out of the back of Luger's car.
Well, we're back to green, monitored in the 343. Flugrat trying to look to the inside early. JD Curran on the outside makes the pass stick. He's got the inside line coming into the split lanes. Luger's still showing plenty of smoke. Moniger and Flugrat go to the outside. JD Curran on the inside, heading towards the rhythm section. A lot of different lines.
Man, they are bouncing all over the place, side to side. Somehow Flugrat was able to control it through that rhythm section. Now right in the back bumper goes the outside of Moniger. He's going for it, going to turn number 1.
Yeah, you can see Flugrat just outbrake Moniger, but Moniger had the preferred line on the bottom and stayed in the race groove.
I mean, Flugrat did what he had to do. That's, you got to go and outbrake or try to outbrake on the outside. So for a moment, it looked like he had the point. As J.D. Corrin now has him. He's moved up into second place now.
Yeah, J.D. Corrin, he had a nice run through the front tabletops as he's on the outside, gets in that heavy, loamy dirt and loses a spot.
And here comes Flugrat. We got the split lane action going on now. Monitor the outside. Flugrat has the inside line, and he'll come out of the split lane with the lead.
They're just skipping over those rhythm sections.
I'm telling you, this track is super fast right now.
We have 3 wide once again going down in the back. Everyone waiting till the last minute. Oh, we got contact. Tilkins.
See, JD
Looks
Corrin
like
is involved.
Keepers.
They're all back underway. But that's going to hurt their chances to get back to the front. We still got quite a bit of the race to go, but that's a lot of ground to make up. And there's a godfather of the frat off-road fraternity. How you doing? Dog. Nate Dog. So it looks like they're starting to stretch out a little bit, gap up in the cars, probably mid-pack and beyond. And again, Flugrat goes outside. There's contact. Flugrat goes a little bit forced wide.
Oh, we have heavy contact. Looks like Luger got going up to the TORC finish line, got right into Flugrat.
And we got a brand new leader, Dylan Parsons, up front. So it's Dylan Parsons, Ryan Moniger, and Bruce Fraley. Fraley just a moment ago was well back, anchored in the middle of the pack, but now running in second.
Just like that.
And I know Don Fraley is watching. Tuned in tightly, and this is going to be good right here. As Dylan Parsons, the young gun of this class, and Bruce Fraley, who's been around a long time and has won a lot of races. Right now running in second place. And right at the competition yellow, it comes out. We've got Dylan Parsons up front, Bruce Fraley second, Ryan Monitor, Dave Luger. Tony Keepers round up the top 5. Bashinsky, Jason Flugrad has fallen back to that 7th spot. Paul Hayward and Matt Gerald, I believe, is a lap down. I'm not sure.
Yeah, these competition cautions, I think they're the coolest thing in the world. You get time to regroup yourself. As you can see, Luger, he's got a right flat rear. It's running pretty much on the beadlock. And like I was saying, they get time to collect themselves, talk to their spotters, find out where the guy in front of them is making up ground or taking away and running away from them, and they're trying to tell their guy, hey, he's faster here, you're slower there. Like, let's try to make it up throughout the whole track. And right now, Bruce Fraley's sitting in that 2nd spot. That's never good. But Dylan Parsons been very, very fast.
We got 1 round of racing after this for the single buggies, and that is tomorrow afternoon. And this is, you see Tony Keepers, he started this race puffing smoke, and now he's got that right rear flat tire, which is the tire you don't want to go down on this racetrack when you have predominantly left-hand turns. All that weight, all the traction, all the weight transfer is going to that right rear in the corners, and he is our points leader. And not far behind is Bruce Fraley. Right now, Fraley running in that 2nd spot. Keepers a little bit further back in 5th. So he's staying on the track no matter what right now. He's going to smoke that motor and rip that tire off the wheel just to stay out there for points. We'll be going to green, and once again in just a moment as you watch those flags. Wow. Parsons kind of held him right to the last minute, which gave the guys a little bit of a run. Fraley right in his back bumper.
It'll be interesting to see right here where Bruce Fraley goes. Which one's going to go a high side, one's going to go a low side. Looks like Parsons takes the bottom.
That was a quick switchback. Fraley at the last minute swung to the right, took that outside split lane. And I can't help but think Parsons was planning on going to the inside, but he scrubbed off speed to try to go to the inside, and it actually came back to be his advantage as Parsons hung on to the lead, but Fraley has not gone anywhere.
Yeah, if you're Parsons, you have to concentrate what's in front of you. You have to take that track
to clean sideways. Parsons over-rotates. Fraley had nowhere to go. Tapped the left rear a little bit, but Fraley now up front with Keepers in 2nd. Meanwhile, Parsons is still parked in the infield.
And now we have a new battle for the lead. Bruce Fraley and Tony Keepers in the 352. Keepers has been fast all year long. Let's see if he can hunt down our leader.
And more importantly, I believe, is it Keepers? Yeah, Tony Keepers right there, our points leader. But we lost David Luger on the track, and I'm trying to see if he pulled into the hot pits.
Yeah, 319. We can see that
that's Parsons.
Dylan Parsons is just hung right up on the berm, on the inside berm. I don't think there was no contact, though. I think he just over-rotated a little bit.
He over-rotated,
yeah.
And then Bruce was so close, he had nowhere to go and bounced off his left rear, yeah. Parsons is already sideways.
Bruce Fraley still in the lead. Tony Keepers trying to hunt him down. Moniger still in 3rd.
He's got Bashinsky right on his back bumper, that final podium spot. And Bashinsky goes outside. This is going to make for an interesting split lane. As they go into that left-hand turn, Baczynski is committed to the outside already. Made the pass the hard way, all the way around the outside, taking that outside split lane. Baczynski now in that final podium spot.
Yeah, if you're Tony Keepers, you really just need to put your head down. You have 2 laps to go this time by, 2 laps to go. Try to watch Bruce Fraley. He don't make many of mistakes, but you need to apply the pressure. You need to put him in that situation to make a mistake.
And that's going to be hard to do when you got such a veteran behind that wheel.
Exactly.
You just don't sneak up behind Johnny Greaves and tap him on the bumper a couple times and he gets freaked out. That does not happen. That's kind of what you got with Bruce Fraley. A couple of love taps in that back bumper to let him know that you're there ain't going to shake him none.
No, it's another thing to pass.
But Keepers now goes to the outside split lane, and he's got a nice run coming into the left-hand Talladega turn.
Did he ever? Tony Keepers goes to the bottom.
And he gets into the left rear of Fraley. Keepers gets into the left rear of Fraley at the white flag. Fraley is now stalled on the inside of the track. He's losing multiple spots. It looks like he's fired up, and it looks like he's also hung up. High side into the banking. And it looks like he's going to drift down into the banking, the inside of the racetrack. But right at the white flag, Keepers gets into the left rear of Fraley, and boy, I don't know how you make that call, what that would be.
Yeah, because there's 2 laps to go. Keepers was trying to run as hard as he could, and he come through that rhythm section, and it just upset the car, and he tagged Bruce Fraley. So it'll be interesting to see.
Should he have checked up a little bit? Boy, I don't know. But all by himself going through the Talladega turn, aimed at the Amsoil finish line. Tony Keepers will take the win and hang on to that points lead. And how about all quietly, kind of snuck up through the field, Jeff Baczynski will come around and finish in second. And I believe it's his first podium ever. Will be Ryan Mottinger. In the 343, Paul Hayward fourth. Jason Pflugrad will finish in the top 5. With Craig Padel, Matt Gill, J.D. Corin, Bruce Fraley, and Dylan Parsons rounding up the top 10. We'll get our top 3 up to the podium in just a moment. We'll be right back after this.
Trailblade Tires, the weapon of choice for wherever you
What we have on the racetrack right now, that is our specially prepared Pro 2 two-seater. Normally the race trucks are a single seat, but that one is a two-seater. And that's Ricky Johnson out there giving a ride to a member of the local media. Not exactly sure who it is, but I can guarantee you this. He's going to be getting a pretty good ride from Ricky Johnson. Multi-time Supercross champion. He's a member of so many off-road and motorcycle Hall of Fames. And multi-time Pro 2 and Pro 4 winner and champion in the TORC series. Now is one of our TV broadcasters. So Ricky Johnson out there, just a little bit of a flavor of what you're going to see later on this afternoon, and not too far from now, or not too long from now, we'll be getting some, 16, 15, 16 Pro 2s out on the racetrack? Huh? So you can see also the big giant Chris Kyle Memorial Benefit and Auction logo on the hood, as the TORC series has been promoting that, or behind that foundation now for the last 3 years I think it's been.
Can come down now, Frankie? Copy, thank you.
Well, we got our first 3 finishers from our single buggy division at the podium right now. Let's now meet third place. I believe this is your first podium, am I correct? Ryan Monitor, congratulations. Third place in the 343.
Ryan, super exciting day for you. You were just telling me that this was Travis Dinsmore's old buggy that you brought out, and you're like, Tiffany, I finally get to meet you and not in a pro light. How are you feeling right now?
I feel just unbelievable that I'm up here. It's a dream come true. Dinsmore's gave me this car to race this year and been working a lot of bugs out, and I think we're starting to figure it out. Really starting to figure it out.
Well, you've done it here, and being up here for the first time this season, I know there's got a lot of people you want to thank.
First off, I want to thank my wife. She spots for me, Jessica. My 2 daughters at home that are watching this, Madeline and Chastity, this is for you. And then Dinsmore Racing for providing me a chassis, an engine, a transmission. City Homes for sponsorship, they picked me up for next year. Performance, or All-Star Performance, Mud Muncher, VP Fuels, and Jeff Bashinsky, my teammate. He loaned me this engine in the spring last year, so without him, I wouldn't be here. I do all my work in his shop. Without Jeff, none of this would be possible.
Well, if you start getting teary up, we get hugs. So I'm giving you one regardless. Congratulations, great day for you. Hop up on 3.
And that second place car, this was probably the quietest race I've ever seen you drive. Working his way through the field very quietly. Ladies and gentlemen, taking that second spot, the 324 of Jeff Bashinsky.
Jeff, it's great to see you back up here. We haven't been able to see you since the beginning of the season. We were just chit-chatting. You said it's been up and down for you, up and down. But today you've dominated. You have Dale Chestnut in your ear talking and telling what's going on. What's Dale speaking to you?
I can't repeat that on the radio.
Well, I've interviewed Dale a few times. Was it a, woo, drive faster, woo, drive faster?
Yeah, he did a very good job for me. So we appreciate his help.
Well, there's got to be a few people besides Dale you'd like to thank today.
Sure, I'd like to thank Dinsmore's for helping me out. Ryan, my crew chief, that does all the work on the car. My wife, who support me. Without them, can't be here.
Well, that's
for everybody.
Of course, that smile on your face says everything. Hop up on 2.
Well, race fans, I was just informed a call was made by the USAC officials. We have a brand new winner. Jeff Pashinsky will take the top spot. Ryan Moniger will take second. And I believe Paul Hayward will move up into that third spot. So a call was made due to the contact in that last lap, as we have brand new top 3 finishers on the podium. Let's go down trackside to Tiffany Stone, who happens to be at the podium right now. Tiffany, what do you have?
All right, fans, this is your chance to win something pretty cool from ERX. See all these little guys and gents and ladies out here? They all have red Frisbees. They're going to be throwing them out. If you catch one of these red Frisbees, you take it to the ERX apparel booth, which is right next to Racing Dirty. They have free T-shirts, beanies, other swags, a pair of passes to Pro Kart Indoors in Bloomington, Minnesota, free ERX koozies, and much, much more. Are you guys ready? My helpers are out today. You guys ready? Put your hands up in the air. On your marks, get set, throw them out, guys. Woo! There goes one. Oh, diving catch for that one. That's a good one. Another one coming out. We got some more. Make sure you guys head over to the ERX apparel booth right now, next to Racing Dirty, if you have a special lucky winning Frisbee. Nice job, guys. All right, guys, I think we're almost done with this. Did everybody throw their Frisbees out? We got a few more. Catching. Nice job, guys. Well, thank you so much. That's a big thank you from ERX Motor Park. Thanks for joining us for round 13 of the TORC races. Back up to you guys.
Well, there's all kinds of things going on here this afternoon that ERX and the gang here are going to be showing a little bit of fun. Well, you just had Frisbees. I believe there's going to be T-shirts coming up later on, and a few other things that'll be kind of cool. Right now we're looking down and staging for our next race, which is Super Stock Trucks, our first truck race of the afternoon. And, you know, it's hard to believe. It's just barely past 12, and we've had a bunch of races already underneath our belt. But after this race, we're going pros. At 1 o'clock, pros will be hitting the track for the first time. We're trying to move it forward a little bit. We're being proactive. Hopefully, we're going to beat the rain, if there's going to be any rain at all. But we want to get the TV shows in before the weather conditions come in and possibly ruin that. So at 1 o'clock, once again, we'll be going pros with our TV show. And you can see Richie Kuloff once again out there in the Escondido Toyota Pace truck with Vision wheels and Cooper tires underneath it. And Caleb is just jawing like crazy with Richie.
Can I ride?
And you saw just a moment ago, we had Ricky Johnson out on the racetrack with a couple of members of our local media out there. I had a chance to ride in that truck a couple of years ago with Walker Evans behind the wheel. And he scared the living bejeebus out of me because when he took me out, we were in Charlotte at the dirt track there, and they were still building parts of the racetrack. And we came through the infield area and bouncing like crazy side to side all over the place. And I'm like, oh, man, this is just supposed to be fun. We're not racing. We're bouncing all over the place. Hit a tabletop, came down, and there's a front end loader sideways right in front of us. So what does he do? Hucks it sideways with me facing the front end loader. And we slide sideways to probably stop about 3 feet in front of it. And it's like, hey, Walker, thumbs up.
You're a Walker. You're safe.
Yeah. But we're underway. The trucks are moving. Here's our lineup of super stock trucks on the front row. Just like yesterday, he had a strong run. We'll see what he's got up his sleeve today. The 829 of Troy Shaden. Alongside him, the always fast 873 of Kyle Cooper. Row 2 inside, Nick Visser in the 880 alongside of him, Ben Holcher in the 844. Row 3, it's Tom Varner in 837, one half of the Tom and Tom show. I like that, Tom and Tom. They got to start their own radio show almost, you know, Tom and Tom. Outside of row 3 will be Kenny Platt in the 812. Row 4 inside, Tyler Playman in the 814, and Mike Funk, who was crazy fast yesterday in the 807. Row 5 inside, Joey Machosik in the 851. Outside of him, current points leader, Nick Bing in the 833. Row 6 inside, Justin Keenan in the 886. And Ken Wilson in the 803. And rounding up the field of 13 trucks, I believe it's Stan Wood. And I'm not exactly sure what his number is. But Stan Wood back out on the racetrack. And I'd like to think that there's one guy that will be racing in this class next year that's watching us right now, at home, on a shop, probably working on his truck, getting ready for next year. He's a Dodge fan. There's only one Dodge goon that does this, right?
Goon.
Well, for all reports, our Don Demity has worked a deal out with a truck owner. And Don's got that truck in the shop right now in Abrams being tore apart.
That
and
didn't
getting ready
take
for
him
next year.
long.
And it's not, it won't be a Dodge. I hear it's a Chevy. Don Demity will be driving a Chevy next year. Green flag is over underway. Shaden sticks his nose out front and will take the whole shot, heading to turn number 1.
Looks like Visser already got around Kyle Cooper on the outside. You can see the little shiny parts on the track. A little bit of water that they let out. Oh, Tom Varner getting aside.
Visser's looking very strong early on. Shaden is swapping back and forth through the sand trap, and he'll lose the lead as well as second place. He'll fall back to third.
Here comes Kyle Cooper to the outside, trying to run that high line. Run up on top of that berm, gets a good exit, gets around Shaden. Shaden comes right back.
So it's Visser, Cooper, Varner trying to get around Shaden.
You can see them, the splashes of water coming up on top of those trucks as Visser brings it back towards the split lanes. Visser and Kyle Cooper go to the bottom. Shaden goes to the top. Kyle Cooper trying that outside line once again. Gonna try to make it work on Visser.
And he's taking the long, long line and somehow hasn't lost an inch. Trying to pull up alongside the outside. He'll duck in. Still on the outside. Man, how about that? Visser got up on two wheels. Used Cooper to bring it back down. Shaden will now take the lead, but here comes Cooper now back to the inside. Man, there's side-by-side racing action going all the way back to the 12th, 13th spot.
Shaden in the 829 in the lead. Kyle Cooper in second. Nick Visser in third. Ben Holger working his way up to fourth and puts it up on the bike and sets it back down.
Boy, if these guys would just learn that they basically the inside line, that left-hand turn before the split lane is not the quick lane around. And we got a truck over, it looks like it's Keener.
Justin
No,
Keener.
it's not Keener, no. We got the underneath of a truck right in the middle of the split lane.
Yeah, and it looks like we're gonna go to caution here.
Yeah, we got a full course caution.
812. It's like Kenny Platten in the 812 is upside down or on his side. We didn't really get a good look at it. We'll see if we have a replay.
So our track crew is right there on the spot. They run to the truck, make sure he's okay, and then you can kind of see they all catch their breath and are relieved. Just double checking, making sure. And now, we didn't see it happen. It was off camera. So we don't know if it was we're not sure if it was how severe of a rollover it was or not. It doesn't look all that bad. It looked like all the wheels are pointing in the right direction for starters. Now, we often talk about when cars are upside down, completely upside down, and how the fluids flow to the top of the motor, and you have to be very, very careful when you roll it back over to start it up. What happens when it's on its side?
Yeah, when it's sitting on its side, I mean, you still have your oil and all your fluids draining to one side, but if you don't sit for too long, you let it rest, turn the motor over without your ignition on, try to build your oil pressure back up. You don't want to go out with any oil pressure and hurt your motor, as these motors are not cheap. Even in the Sportsman divisions, it takes a lot to put one of these motor packages together, and Platten just trying to get his bearings back and fire that thing back up. We'll see if he can get it back underway.
Yeah, he never did get out of the truck, so he's definitely okay. But, yep. Is the truck moving, or is it on the hook? Either way, he's definitely going a lap down. Nice job, Troy Shaden, Kyle Cooper, Nick Visser. Yeah, that was almost Nick Visser half a lap before that, right over here in the left-hand turn. Makes you wonder what would have happened if Cooper wasn't there on the outside.
Yeah, Cooper helped him set it back down.
So Platten's under his own power, just trying to get turned around and back. Let's see, I don't know if he'll be staying in the race or not, but yeah, looks like he just might. But I believe he'll be a lap down. Hey, during one of these breaks, it'd be a great time to stop up and see Tim and Timmery from Race and Dirty. Check out one of those race design T-shirts they have made just for this weekend, or any of the official 2017 TORC apparels. We get ready to go back to Green Flag Racing. And either way, stop over and see Tim and Timmery from Race 30 for all the cool stuff they have. Hats, sweatshirts, T-shirts, ladies, kids, tops, it's all there.
It's a good look at Ben Holger. Ben Holger trying to get a run, trying to mix it up with the top three. Troy Shaden trying to maneuver his truck to get it to rotate. Shaden goes to the bottom line. Kyle Cooper goes to the top line. Cooper looks like he has a little bit of a run. You'll see if he uses it to his advantage. Earlier, he went really high up on the berm. It looks like he's going to try to follow Shaden through the door. Here comes Michael Funk, yesterday's winner. Nick Visser still running in third. Kyle Cooper trying to get that bottom line, trying to get a good exit to reel in Troy Shaden in the 829. Joey Machosik up in the top four.
Man, if Troy Shaden would just show some consistency, he'd be unstoppable in this class. He's crazy fast in some races and unstoppable. But in other races, he just has all kinds of issues.
You see a glimpse of the 833 and Nick Bing, our points leader, going into today. Trying to work his way through, trying to work on Funk. Bing goes to the bottom of Funk. As you look, Kyle Cooper going for the lead.
Kyle tried that outside line, took a peek at it, checked up, and then decided to go inside. And
looks like we have another truck on their side.
That'd be over to the left side of the course.
Looks like
here.
part of the Tom team. Upside down.
Oh, and we've got Keener starting to show smoke out of the front of his truck, coming out of the left front or right front wheel well. So we got something going on all over the place.
Yeah, it looks like it's Tom Varner on his left side.
Yeah, I think that steam coming out of Keener's truck right now. That's a pretty dramatic scene watching that truck come through. We'll see if we can catch it on camera. Its steam is just, yeah, he's pulled off the track already. You see it on the far right side of the screen. Yeah, he's already got shut down. Tough break for Justin Keener, but yeah, that thing was really, really hot. So once again, it's Troy Shaden up front, Kyle Cooper, Nick Visser, our top three, Joy Machosik, and Ben Holcher round out that top five. And yeah, you're right, it's Varner.
Yeah.
I'm just not used to seeing that truck without a huge 837 on the side. I mean, really big.
No, I had a chance to talk to Tom and Tom last night. They're such nice people.
Yeah.
And explaining that he pretty much said that this year might be his final year and he still wants the truck out here, and it's been a long road. He wants to enjoy life a little bit more. He's been racing for countless years in different divisions, and not only dirt, on asphalt also.
I think he might have mechanical issues with the front end. Left front damage, I'm not sure, as I'm trying to see it from a distance here, but it looks like he might be pulling off the track. Yeah, he can't turn. So Varner's got some steering issues, I believe. Yeah, he can't turn. He's trying to get off the track, and he just can't turn. Looks like he can turn right, but can't turn left.
Yeah, definitely something wrong in the steering of that truck in the 837. See all the damage on the top of the hood. It's all fiberglass. So unfortunately, Tom's day's done, and we're going to be heading back to green here shortly. Shaden, Cooper, Visser, and Machosik. And watch out, Nick Bing in 833. Our points leader going to try to make his move to the front.
Actually, once again, dude, it's Tom Groff. That's behind the wheel, not Varner.
There's our sheets again, hey?
Yeah. They're 3 wide coming out of that left-hand turn into the split lane. I just wonder, is Nick Bing playing the points game right now with 1 round or a race remaining after this? As there should be 4 laps remaining this time by.
Here comes Joey Machosik. Machosik showing the inside on Kyle Cooper. Machosik trying to outbrake Kyle Cooper. Cooper's got the nice preferred run on the outside. We'll see. Machosik holds him off as they head towards the tabletop. Cooper bounces hard, drives it really, really deep into the turn. Shaden still well out in front. And there's some smoke again by Troy Shaden. Machosik goes to the bottom. Shaden and Kyle Cooper on the outside. Looks like Cooper takes the spot.
Meanwhile, Nick Bing lost 2 spots in the back section, trying to come back right now, but in that tight left-hand turn, got hung up on the outside, lost 2 positions, and there's now 3 laps remaining. Nice battle for second.
Yeah, both of those trucks are not giving an inch. They're being very, very respectful to one another. They're not trying to take each other out. They're racing the fast line. One gets out of the race group, the other one takes a spot. But as these 2 trucks are battling, you see it multiple times. As second and third are battling, this gives an opportunity for not only Troy Shaden, but Nick Visser to maybe button up to the top 3.
And I've been watching our points leader, Nick Bing, and he's lost 1 more spot now. He's fading back, and he just might be playing that numbers game right now.
Yeah, you don't want to get yourself into no trouble. You still have a round tomorrow to race, and he wants to keep moving up front, but he's trying to pick his way through in the 833. See Machosik taking over that second spot. They battle it out for 3-4 laps. And it looks like Machosik is on the hunt towards our leader, Troy Shaden. And you can see Machosik, he's very, very fast through these split lanes. He gets one heck of a run coming through as Kyle Cooper puts it up on the bike. Kyle Cooper coming back alongside of Joey Machosik.
White flag is coming out one more time around for our leader, Troy Shaden. And Cooper's just throwing that truck sideways, coming out of the rhythm section past the split lane. Cooper coming right back now to that left-hand turn, right in the back bumper of Machosik.
Here's a good look at the 829. Been out front all day long. Clean air is huge. Cooper pushes a little bit wide.
It looked like Shaden slowed there for a moment. He lost a big gap to second, and I think Machosik's got a run on him.
Oh, man.
Troy Shaden actually railed the split lane wall. He's on the outside. Machosik now has a lead. Coming to the checkered flag. Machosik will take the win. Shaden second. Kyle Cooper third. Visser fourth. And Mike Fuck will run up the top 5. But what a strange last lap. I should say last half of lap.
Yeah, it looked like Shaden got just out of the race groove just a little bit, and then the minute he come back across, he went right up on top of that berm.
We'll get our top 3 up to the podium in just a moment, and in the meantime, we'll have a few words from our sponsors.
Designed for your journey.
Well, the Amsoil girls are here. How about that? And they're already talking to the gang here from ERX. Yeah, sorry, ladies. We don't have any room here. Oh, you'll have to walk. No, the race track is that way. Come on, guys. What are these? Step aside. Give the girls a ride. Come on. Nope, maybe later.
Well, see you later.
That's just not right. I'm sure we'll see the Amsoil girls up here in just a moment. Hey, fans, don't forget, if you're from the local Elk River area, make sure to come on back to ERX Motor Park for Day of the Dozers on September 30th. And this is where children can ride with a trained professional in dump trucks, dozers, and other big equipment, just like what you're seeing out in the racetrack right now, prepping for our next race as we're getting ready to go pro racing immediately following our winning interviews from the Super Stock Truck race. But, yeah, make sure to come on back September 30th for Day of the Dozers here at ERX Motor Park. And if you don't like to hang out indoors during the winter months, you got someplace to go to hang out outside, and that's right here at ERX Motor Park for the Grassroots Snowcross Series starting December 14th. If you think motocross is cool, if you think freestyle motocross is cool, you ain't seen nothing till you've seen grassroots snowcross racing. You can check it out starting December 14th right here, a full season of 7 weekends going all the way through March 22nd. Once again, here at ERX Motor Park. Well, now let's meet our top 3 finishers in Super Stock Truck. In that 3rd spot, nice run by this kid right here. And he's been fast all season long, the 873 of Kyle Cooper.
Kyle, that's right. You've been fast all season long. They made a few track changes today, including that split lane. They took about 30 yards off from the entrance. Did you feel that made a big difference, deciding if you want to take the inside or outside of the split lane?
Not so much the inside or the outside, but the rhythm section at the end, it felt like you could get a lot more speed through there. So I opted with the right lane most of the race, and towards the end of the race, the lane was getting pretty chopped up. Probably should have swapped to the left lane, but I was stuck in a rut in that point, and I don't know, we'll get them tomorrow, I guess. Yeah, so since Spring Crandon, we've had a disastrous season. We've had the speed, but I've had the truck tore apart several times. I got to thank Harper for straightening the rear end housing. I got to thank Dave's Custom Collision for straightening the frame. I got to thank Jeep Super Shop, Dynamic Converter, Wolverine Performance, my crew, my dad, and my mom's going to yell at me for this, but I didn't thank the Lord first. So thank him again.
Well, you've done it here. I can't wait for that last round, round 14 tomorrow. Hop up on 3.
And finishing that 2nd spot, man, he's done it earlier this year. He came so close again today. Troy Shaden, nice job just the same, man. Taking that 2nd spot, the 829, Troy Shaden.
Troy, we were just chit-chatting, and it seems like you moved up. We redid round 4 yesterday. Technically, today's round 13. You moved up quite a few spots, made it on the podium. What changes did you make today?
Really, we just kind of made it for a dry track. Obviously, we had a lot of rain yesterday morning, and we tried to make sure the truck was going to hold up to the mud. Led a good part yesterday. Just made some mistakes and tried to eliminate all the mistakes, but I made one today. Cost me the win again, but guys are tough up here, so had a good race. Can't complain about it. I'll thank my family over on the hill. They're with me all the time. Max's Tires for putting us up here. J&H Tranny, Engine Complete Performance from Engines, AMSOIL. That's all I got to say. It's been a pretty rough year, but every once in a while you hit the podium and it makes it all worthwhile.
That smile says it all. Hop up on 2.
Yeah, and this next kid, he's another one that's been fast all season long and so fun to watch. The way he drives that truck over the edge, not on the edge, over the edge. Taking the win here this afternoon, the 851, Joey Machosik.
Joe, you've done it once again. You're making that lead gap from Nick being a little smaller, You're going for that points chase right now. Leading into the last lap, we had about half left. You made a move. It was a smart move. You capitalized on the mistakes. How are you feeling about this round and the last round going into 14 with that points chase?
For me, it was lucky. Troy made a mistake. He was running a good race. It was the last lap. I knew I'd keep on him, and you never give up. And I just want to thank my family, especially my sister, taking amazing photos. Max's Tires for getting me out here. Gary Bellman Grading, ATD, and Ray from AMSOIL.
You've done it here once again. Top on the on the top spot. Joey Machosik, one more round of applause for your top 3 finishers.
Yeah, congratulations to our top 3. And once again, Tiffany, can you say that fast 3 times? Come on. Grab the microphone and say it fast 3 times. But congratulations to our top 3 finishers once again. Troy, Shaden, Kyle Cooper, and Joey Machosik. Nice job, guys. Well, we've had a great time here this morning. We're going to step aside real quick, get ready for pro racing. What do you think of what we saw so far today?
It was amazing. We've seen some of the best racing. We've seen Kyle Greaves getting his first ever career win today. Props to that guy. And we just seen Joey Machosik coming from the back and working his way back and giving Nick Bing a challenge for this championship. It's a beautiful day. Don't go nowhere. And we have pro racing coming up real soon.
We're going to come back at 1 o'clock with pro racing. In the meantime, on behalf of myself, Scott Rain, this guy right here, Brent Smith, and that gal down there, we got Tiffany Stone. We'll be back at 1 o'clock with pro racing. We'll see you then.